The nitrogen in our DNA, the calcium in our teeth, the iron in our blood, the carbon in our apple pies were made in the interiors of collapsing stars. We are made of star stuff. This is a quote by Carl Sagan that I really enjoy. The stars have fascinated me since I was a little girl sitting in the backyard with my great-grandfather as he pointed out the constellations to me. Learning about the stars and their lives is important because they surround our world and produce the materials that make us and Earth up. It is my opinion that people should know more about the things surrounding Earth than they do now. So I have chosen to use my informative speech to talk about at least one thing out there in the cosmos. What stars are, how they form, and how they affect us are what I would like to talk about today. Stars are more than just diamonds in the sky. According to scholars at Northwestern University, stars are actually, in simple terms, big exploding balls of gas. The Northwestern University website also taught me exactly what stars are. For the most part, stars are made of helium and hydrogen, though they can include other elements such as lithium. Sometimes, other elements can help us determine how old or young a star is. An example of this would be if lithium is found in a star, this means that the star is very young. The stars are also constantly experiencing nuclear reactions all throughout. Energy is being released into outer space because of these reactions. This energy being released is what enables us to see stars shining brightly in our night sky. So when you look up at night and see those billions of stars, remember that you're looking at numerous explosions in the sky. Knowing what stars are made of and what they are is interesting enough, but the birth to me is even more interesting. When a star forms, it is a long and complicated process that I still only know the basics of. As Lee Karkner's website said, the birth of a star takes place in huge clouds of gas and dust. In these clouds, also known as a giant molecular cloud, a star begins to form when materials start contracting and collapsing. During this collapse, the star becomes a protostar, which is basically a very young, invisible star. After the protostar phase comes the T-Tauri star phase, and then the main event, main sequence. T-Tauri star phase is where our star becomes visible and continues its collapse. The collapse of a star produces heat and pressure at its core. Once the heat and pressure grow great enough, a star in the beginning of how we know them, a main sequence star, is born. This is only a very simplified explanation of star formation, though. There is still so much more to the making of a star. Once a star is formed, it begins affecting us in the universe. The stars affect us more than some people realize. Our own sun is a star itself. As everyone knows, the sun is a major part of what gives us life. We revolve around the sun. The sun helps our plants produce oxygen, it gives us light, provides us with food, considering nothing would grow without it, and even helps us get our vitamins. Without stars, we would cease to exist, or we never would have existed in the first place. Life is impossible without stars such as the sun. We are also made of essential materials that were produced in stars, just as Carl Sagan said in his quote. Another quote I love that touches on this subject says, "The amazing thing is that the atoms in your left hand probably come from a different star than your right hand." It really is the most poetic thing I know about physics. You are all stardust. That is one by Lawrence M. Krauss. The components of stars, their lives, and their effect on us in our world are just a few things to learn about. It is important to pay attention to more than just the things that are part of our world. Stars affect us in a big way and should be treated as such. The stars fascinated me when I was a child, and they continue to fascinate me today. Hopefully the stars will fascinate many more young people like me.